Hello, my YouTube friends. Today I just want to give a testimony about something that happened to me recently, and that it was really hard for me. It was a big situation that involves another person's. Because involve another person's, I'm not gonna tell what the situation was, but the people that knows me personally and they're my friends, for sure they know what I'm talking about. And I promised to God that I will make this video here in at the mountains and give a testimony about what he did. Everything went bad on the 31st of December, and it was really hard, not just for me, for my family as well. And I just believe one thing, and I want you to keep that in mind, that when you have a hard situation, when you have something that you don't see like the light, you have to just trust on him. That's one of the things that honestly I struggled the most in my life, to be honest, as a Christian. That it's really hard for me, and I don't know why. I've seen a lot of stuff that God have made for me, but I still struggle on waiting patiently on his answer, on his work, on what he's going to do. This is what I learned from this situation that happens on the 31st of December. So my year actually started really bad, and it was, as I say, hard for me, for my family, and I have just to keep control on my emotions and let God's work, because it was nothing that any of us can do. Nothing. Another thing that I actually learned about this situation is that God prepares you before you go to battle. He never sends you to battle without any weapons. And he showed me that in this situation, that not just I have to be patient, control my emotions, trying not to do the stuff, my own way. Just let him act and let him do the stuff in his way. Because when he put us through situations, we have to make sure that we learn from that situation. What I learned from this particular situation is, one, I had to be patient. Two, I had to let God work. Three, God never send you to battle without any weapons. He always prepare you, train you for that specific situation, and he give you the sources, he give you the weapons to fight against every single situation that he put you through. Instead of start saying why this happened to me, I'm not a bad person. Uh, I always try to make, you know, everything good, and I don't know if it's just me, but I'm pretty sure that, in some point of your life, you're asking why I'm going through this, why this situation is happening to me. You think, why I'm in this situation if it's not my fault? It's another person's fault, but I will be in the situation because that person. Never ask yourself that. Never. Believe me. Because if he used another person to put you in that situation, it's for teach the other person, and it's for teaching you too. So you just have to trust on him, trust on what he's doing, learn, because you can learn from every situation you go through life, and you have to keep calm, even it seems the worst pain or the worst situation that you ever had to face. But you have to be sure that you have the sources to fight. And sometimes we don't see it because we get blind for that monster that is on top of us that it's really hard to see it, that God already give you the sources to fight against that monster. Personally, I could tell that all the stuff that I went through last year, every single things that happened to me last year, and every single door that God actually opened for me to work, to earn money, to do everything that I did last year. In all of that, I could tell and I could be sure that He was preparing me. Everything, everything that He did last year, and I was really, really tired. And actually, I was thankful for all the work that He gave me and everything that He was going through my life last year. But it was tiring. But for sure, I I didn't understand it at the time, why I was going through this or that. And for example, I get a lot of works. I get 3 jobs last year because I had a goal. I set a goal, and everything that I earn and save, it's funny because all that, it wasn't for my goal, but God put that in my heart and in my mind to set that goal for a reason. And that reason, it was what will happen to me on the 31st of December. So I couldn't understand it, but then I can now, and I can see every single situation that He put me through last year to prepare me, not just economical, but also emotional. So I was more calm, but at the same time, uh, it was hard for me because we are humans and we have emotions. But this time, I feel that actually I, I can say that I trust a little bit more on what He was doing, because everything that happened not just last year to me, but everything that have been happening to me through all my life. This time, He answered my prayers faster than I expect He did answer it, because always I had to wait for so long to for Him to answer, and I just had to keep having my faith. And sometimes I just lost my faith, and I would say, "Oh, He never will answer my prayers," but at the end, He always ended answer it. And right now, this is the situation that I can share. I can sure say that it was a big situation, one of the biggest ones in my life, and He answered really fast, and I was surprised about it. And I think it was because I I trust more on Him than I did before. And a lot of people will say or see me as but you don't go to church, you know. So how come uh, you have the peace, you have the trust, and it's not the fact that you go to church or don't go to church, you know. It's the fact that the relationship that you have with God. And it's funny because even my mom thinks that I don't have any relationship with God because I don't go to church, because I stopped going. And I keep telling her this, and she doesn't understand it, and it's okay. I'm not here for make anybody understand it, but this is my personal experience. uh, and honestly, you just have to have a relationship with God. And even though you forget about Him for time, because we do sometimes that because we're so busy in life, but make sure that you always have a communication with Him and see all the problems, all the struggle through His Word, through His will, because that's the only way that we can learn from the lessons that He's teaching to us. And we don't understand it, and it's okay, because I don't understand a lot of stuff that that I've been going through in my life. And even though you have to wait long and long for a prayer to be answered, believe me, God always hear your prayers, and He always want to hear you, even if you feel that you're not deserve Him, even if you feel like you're not good for Him. But He always want to hear you, and He will answer in the time that He wants to answer, because He knows that that's the best time for answer that specific prayer. And those are the stuff that I learned from this situation, that it was big, but at the same time, He answered like in 2 weeks. And I know, because that situation, I know it will be another situations going on, but but I can be more calm now, that if He, beat that big monster like in 2 weeks, He can do the impossible, and He can do everything for help me and help my family go through all the stuff that we have to face in the future. And I will share with you something too, that I think that is important for you to know, for me to give testimony of this, because it is a big thing, you know, and I'm so happy about it, because since I was little, I was praying for one specific thing in my whole life that I've been struggling since I was a little kid, and I grow up and I keep struggling with it. And then He answered my prayer at the age of 30 years old. He did answer on June, uh, at the end of June actually, of last year. About this prayer specifically, I lost my faith, and I thought I would never gonna see a solution in it. But I did. That's a different situation, but that I had to struggle since I was a kid. But I'm so happy that He gave me a result at the age of 30 years old. I'm still young, and I'm happy since then, you know, about myself, my life, and I can tell for sure that He's in control of everything. And now that He answered that prayer, it gets me emotional, because my whole life depends on that. And He did answer, and I thought that He forgot about me, and I thought for sure that He will never ever answer my prayer. I thought that I was destined just to live my life, like struggling with the same thing over and over again. But He showed me that it doesn't have to be like that. He didn't send me to be sad. He didn't send me to be depressed. He didn't send me to feel bad, about a situation that I cannot control. But He showed me at the same time that He was in control all this time since I was little. He saw me crying those nights, because I spent a lot of nights crying and asking for a certain, a specific thing, that He answered to me. And He answered to me at the age of 30 years old. And it's awesome. I wanted to share this with you because I know every single person in life struggles with something, with a specific thing. And for other person probably it's like, that's nothing, I have a bigger problem than that. And another person will be, that's nothing, I have a bigger problem than that. But believe me, your problem, it's hard and it's big, because just the person that it's going through that situation can know and can feel it and can understand it. But I can tell you something for sure, and I want you to keep that on mind, and that God, He didn't forget about you. I don't know how many years you've been praying for the same thing, but believe me, if God answered to me at the age of 30 years old, more than 2 decades, He wait to answer my prayers. So He can answer your prayers too. Just don't, just keep your faith. Don't lose it. Don't lose your faith. That's all that we have in life. I know life is hard, but He didn't send us here to be sad all the time, to be depressed all the time, to struggle all the time. He just wait, because in the meantime that He hear you, praying, He keep it. All your prayers, He keep it. It's like you're sending a mail, or a letter, and He get it, He read it. And sometimes He's still quiet, because He want to see probably how much faith that you have. And between that time, He's teaching you lessons from that situation. So now I really don't regret uh, all the situation that I went through in my life, because I can see that He teach me. It was hard, yeah, and I cry a lot. I cry a lot all my life, but now I can be happy about the blessing that He give to me, and I can teach another people, and I can tell them for sure, oh, you can get out of depression, you can do this and that, and help them in a better way. That before, if I never had to go through all these, I won't be the person that I am right now. And He makes sure that He was polishing me, and He had to keep polishing me, I'm pretty sure of that. And it's okay, it's okay. I just have to keep my faith. That's why I'm here giving you that testimony, because I promised to Him, if He helped me with the situation that I have on December 31st on 2018, I will give a testimony about it. I cannot say, all the situation that happened, because it involves another person, as I said, and that person doesn't want, um, like, to be all this situation public, and I respect that. But the people that knows me personally, they know exactly what I'm talking about. And also I want to say thank you to every single person that knows me, that pray for my family, pray for me, the people that is close to me, the people that are in other countries. I want to say thank you so much, because all your prayers, God hear every single one of you. And my prayer every night for you guys is that keep you guys safe. God bless you. And I always say, God, all the people that pray for me, all the people that help me emotional. And that's one of the most important things, that you can see all your friends, your two friends, that even if they're not here with you like physically, they're with you like in the heart. And it's almost for St. Valentine's Day, and I want to say thank you so much to all my friends, my true friends, that support me in this situation. Was They were giving me hope, they were praying for me, I have people that even wake up in the middle of the night to pray, and I appreciate you so much. And you know that I'm always gonna be here for you too. And if you need, my friends to pray for you, if you need me to pray for you because you're going through a situation that you think that it is impossible that God take you out from there, let me know. And you don't have to make it public either. You can send me a message, and we can talk, and I can uh, help you, emotional, with my advices, with a prayer, because that's the most important in this life. Okay, so keep your faith, don't lose it, and even if everything is too dark, believe me, there's a light at the end. Thank you, God, for everything that you put me through. Thank you, God, for preparing me for this war, and thank you for keep preparing me, and for hear my prayers, and for be here for me. Uh, I'm so thankful about it. Uh, I hope this testimony help you too. I hope you take something about this. I love you guys, all of you, all the people that I know, that I don't know, the people that subscribe to my channel, to make me comment. God bless you all, and please keep supporting me. I appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel, and we can have this type of talks about life, about God, about motivation, about self-defense, about funny stuff. And thank you for all. Love you so much. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, never forget, positive mind and smile always.